What condition of your body, mind and emotion makes you more available to life than the way you are right now? You tell me. Believing doesn't get you any closer, disbelieving doesn't get you any closer. So let's talk about something that is in our experience. This is spirituality. Don't worry about your spiritual progress. There's no such thing as spiritual progress. Are you becoming more available to it? That's all the question is. Let's not talk about something which is not in your experience, because if I talk about something which is not yet in your experience, there are only two options, either to believe me or disbelieve me, isn't it? Believing doesn't get you any closer, disbelieving doesn't get you any closer. So let's talk about something that is in our experience. What condition, what state of mind, emotion, body, and let's leave the energy because that's not in your experience. What condition of your body, mind and emotion makes you more available to life than the way you are right now? You tell me. If you are sad, do you become more available? If you're tense, do you become more available? If you're peaceful, do you become more available? If you're blissful, do you become more available? In which condition would you become more available to the life process? If you're in utmost pleasantness, you become more and more available to everything around you, isn't it so? Right now you're feeling very happy. This one comes and asks some stupid question, you're okay with her. That one comes and asks something else, you're okay with her also. This one comes and asks something, you're okay with that also. You're in a certain state of unpleasantness, you're irritated, frustrated, angry, depressed about something. This one comes and even tries to say something nice to you, yes or no? Even to simple aspects of life, you are more available only when you're in a certain state of pleasantness, isn't it? So let's measure by that standard. If by the day, if you are becoming a more joyful human being, you just keep accounts of this on a daily basis, from yesterday to today, am I a little more joyful? If you're keeping accounts and if you're becoming more and more joyful by the day, and your face instead of becoming like this is slowly becoming like this, that means you're progressing. Yes, you're definitely progressing. Because spirituality is not some nonsense up there. It is about becoming available to life process in its fullest possibility. Not just to the physicality, not just to the mentality, to becoming available to life process in its fullest scope.
So now, we all heard from Sadhguru as to how our spirituality is growing or not growing, or whether it is working or not working. So going through life in various aspects and stages, we may reach a point where we realize that whatever we are involved in and whatever we hold as desirable or precious does not really take us anywhere or does not really lead us to fulfillment. So we all have heard Sadhguru saying many times that basically spirituality does not mean any particular practice. It's a certain way of being for which there are lots of things to be done. It is just like the garden in our house, where we have to take care of the soil, the stem of the plant, the root of the plant, the water and the sunlight, at what quantity it should go, and only then the flowers will happen. So similarly, if we cultivate our body, mind, emotions and energies to a certain level of maturity, something else blossoms within us. That is what is spirituality. When our rationale is immature, it doubts everything. But when our rationale becomes mature, it sees everything in a completely different light. So now, without doing any slight delay, let us see some of the signs of the spiritual person. Now don't generalize it, as these are just signs, not the only signs. I hope you understand. So with this, starting with our first sign, that is, a spiritual person is actually neither a theist nor a atheist. Because a theist or an atheist, both are not different from each other because both are in a state of believing. One believes in God and for other there is no God. But now, if spirituality has come to our life and slowly we are heading towards our regular sadhana, we might have realized that we actually don't know anything. That means we are now in a seeking mode. That is the sign of spiritual person that they are actually seekers, neither believers or non-believers. We must all understand that the need to believe is more psychological than actually being spiritual. Because believers always want to cling on something. They always want to feel secure. They want to feel like they know it all. This is very immature mindset because actually believers don't know anything. Nothing is there in their experience. They just believe whatever is being said. But a person who is spiritual admits that he don't believe, but he is always seeking the truth. And it's very beautiful to admit that because once I don't know anything, now I become conscious as to how to make this life more joyful within myself, which is within my hand. And now I take full responsibility of myself, that is my karma. Now, one thing to notice, believers are not devotional people. Devotional people and believers both are actually a vast different from each other. So don't mix both of them. With this, let's move towards our second sign, that is, a spiritual person has no discrimination as to which is better, and they're equally involved with every aspect of life. This is actually a greatest quality of a spiritual person to such an extent that Sadhguru says that once you become like this, now nobody needs to teach you spirituality. Now, why this is? Because a spiritual person is actually free from this one thing, and that is, what will I get? And therefore, their life becomes a more blessed life. This is actually known as devotion because now we are liberated from the pain of expectation. This is the difference between believers and devotional people. We have seen many times, or we can take our own example. Before being a sadhaka, many times we used to do something because we think that it is our duty. But only when we have very deep sense of love and devotion towards something or someone, we will try to do everything that we can do. And that is why once a person who does not have any vested interest of any kind, they will do the best, and that is what all human beings can do. This is the reason grace is always on and on in a spiritual person because they are deeply and deeply involved with everything that is here, and once we are graced like that, our life is naturally fulfilled because now our body, mind and energy is not an impediment and we all are available to grace. We do not bother as to what will happen in life. Whatever happens, the most wonderful thing will happen to us because without involvement, there is no possibility in life. And with this, let's move to the third, but not the less important, but actually it is very much important, that we are no longer unhappy about our compulsions. That means a spiritual person is actually not bothered about their compulsions. If you are someone who is doing your sadhana daily and intensely, you will see that when you go out in the street or while you do some work, many of your simple compulsions are gone. But still, we are aware that there are many compulsions within us because compulsions are nothing but our karma or the memory of lifetimes. But now you are looking it joyfully and lovingly. Means it is not bothering you much now, otherwise you won't be able to sit and just do your sadhana. Sadhguru always says one thing, that is that unhappiness is far bigger problem than whatever compulsions we have, because now we cannot be touched, molded or helped. So when we are now not unhappy about our compulsions, then it becomes easy for us to work, help and reach out to us, that we are now able to do things which is beyond our likes and dislikes, which is the most basic compulsion in every human being. That means we are now flexible and our likes and dislikes for something or someone has decreased. Now, this flexibility is not a simple thing. Don't just take it lightly, because flexibility is not possible when someone is in any state of unpleasantness, either in the mind or in the emotion. And that is why we are always advised to be joyful, loving, and peaceful only for this reason, because we have many compulsions within ourselves. And Sadhguru always says that when we become spiritual, even though we are going through the really bad experience, it is a good experience for us, because what we learn through unpleasant moments in our life is really very invaluable. With this, we end our 3 signs. But at last, I would like to tell you that if you are someone who is in the initial phase, do not worry about whether you are moving ahead or backward, because your logical judgments will be very misleading. When you sit for your asana, your family people will always say or interrupt that what rubbish you are doing. Or your own body, that is your legs, will pain like anything. It won't allow you to sit. So, in the initial phase, do not judge anything, and you always start a spiritual process with an unconditional commitment for a certain period of time. Just simply do the practice out of commitment for just 6 months. Do not bother about what is happening, just do it for 6 months. After that, you evaluate your life and see how peaceful, joyous, and calm you are. So give yourself a certain period of sincere practice without expecting anything to happen. Do not be in a hurry. Just stick to the practice. Evaluate yourself periodically and then see. And finally, now closing the video. Hope you loved it and found it meaningful. And if yes, please do share it with your friends and family. It really takes a lot of time and effort to organize and make such contents. So kindly, if you really found something meaningful in it, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. And now up to next, stay safe, healthy, happy and namaskaram.